Aloha Kauai, here's our COVID-19 briefing from Team Kauai for Friday, September 25th. Happy Aloha Friday. As of today, we now have 2 active cases on Kauai. The first case was reported on Thursday and involved a female Kauai resident who recently returned from mainland travel. We also have a new case reported Friday morning which involves a non-resident male. This case also appears to involve mainland travel. Both individuals are in isolation and close contacts are being contacted and placed in quarantine. Neither case is hospitalized. Our cumulative case count is now 59. Our police department continues to monitor nearly 2,000 people who are in travel-related quarantine. A majority of those are Kauai residents who have traveled off-island and returned. For additional information, please visit the Kauai Emergency Management Agency website at www.kauai.gov/COVID-19. Governor David Ige recently signed and published his Supplemental Emergency Proclamation number 13, which establishes a new travel program beginning October 15th. The 14-day quarantine for trans-Pacific and inter-island travelers remains in effect. However, under the governor's new travel plan, trans-Pacific travelers can be exempt from quarantine if they can provide a negative COVID-19 test within 3 days of their travel into the state. Trans-Pac travelers without a test would still be required to undergo a full 14-day quarantine. There is no state pre-test travel program yet available for inter-island travelers, so all inter-island travelers headed to Kauai, Hawaii Island, or Maui County must continue to quarantine for 14 days upon arrival. However, the governor's 13th proclamation does authorize the counties to work on additional testing protocols, and our Kauai Incident Management Team is working closely with the other county mayors and state leadership to determine how an additional testing program might work. Testing capacity and technology are changing rapidly, and we are reviewing the latest technology to determine how best to proceed. We recently met with leaders from our Kauai hotel industry, and we all share the same goal: to reintroduce visitors to our island in a way that helps to get our people back to work while keeping our community safe. We all understand the importance of avoiding a surge in cases that could overwhelm our limited healthcare capacity. As a reminder, Trans-Pac travelers who are seeking a modified quarantine should visit travelexemption.hawaii.gov. Inter-island travelers seeking a modified quarantine must visit www.kauai.gov/COVID-19 and click on the Modified Quarantine Request button. Modified quarantines are generally allowed for those traveling for medical needs or those traveling for critical infrastructure work. Critical infrastructure workers who are provided a modified quarantine are only allowed to break quarantine to work and must remain in quarantine while not actively working. The county and the 2 Kauai food banks are conducting the Kupa'a Kauai food distributions through the end of the year for food insecure individuals and families. Distributions are at the Kilauea, Kapa'a, and Lihue neighborhood centers on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and at the Koloa, Hanapepe, and Waimea neighborhood centers on Wednesdays and Fridays. Households can pick up food once per week. You must pre-register for the program each week by going to www.kauai.gov/COVID-19 and click on the green button that says Food Distribution. Please register at least 48 hours in advance and check that your email address is correct to ensure you receive registration confirmation. For those unable to register online, distribution staff at the neighborhood centers will be available to help you with the registration process. The Kupa'a Kauai Food Distribution Program is funded through the Federal CARES Act. The county is updating its multi-hazard mitigation and resilience plan. We held one virtual public meeting on Thursday and will hold another Saturday afternoon. This plan helps the county lessen the impact of natural hazards and become more resilient in the face of future disasters, and public participation is a vital part of drafting the plan. The Kauai Emergency Management Agency will present preliminary results of the hazard risk assessment and will welcome public comment in a Zoom meeting from 2 to 4 p.m. on Saturday, September 26. Details on how to participate will be available at www.kauai.gov/mitigation. Also at that web address is a survey for gathering public input. Please take a few minutes to complete the survey by October 5th. Your responses will help improve Kauai's mitigation and resilience plan. Additional public meetings will be scheduled. For more information, call David Kennard at 241-1800 or visit www.kauai.gov/mitigation. Finally, we want to urge anyone who has not yet done so to complete the U.S. Census. This is extremely important to our future. Much federal money, including school lunch money, education funds, and food stamp assistance, is allocated by population. If our population is undercounted, money that should be going to us will go somewhere else. Please, now more than ever, we need every single resource that our island can get. If you haven't filled out your census, do your part so that Kauai and Niihau is not shortchanged. Please take a few minutes out of your day, fill out the census form, and be counted by visiting my2020census.gov today. For those who have not completed your census online, a census worker will be visiting your home to assist you in completing your census form. Thank you, Kauai, for being responsible. Your diligence is helping us to keep this virus contained. We thank you for your understanding the role you play in mitigating the spread of COVID-19 on our island. Please continue to stay home as much as possible. Refrain from social gatherings or public outings. If you must interact with people outside of your home, maintain a distance of 6 feet of separation and wear a mask, if at all possible for you to do so. Remember, my mask protects you and your mask protects me. It's a sign of respect and aloha. Do not leave home if you're sick unless you're seeking medical attention, and then only after calling your doctor first. Wash your hands frequently and clean surfaces often. Stay informed and connected during this time of social distancing. We'll continue to post updates on our official County of Kauai Facebook page or on our Kauai Emergency Management Agency page at www.kauai.gov/COVID-19. The Centers for Disease Control is also updating its website regularly. For more information, please visit coronavirus.gov. Not everyone has internet access or follows the news, so please help to keep your loved ones informed. Be kind, take care of one another, God bless, and aloha.